At kaugnay sa mga issue sa West Philippine Sea, pagsugpo sa terorismo at iba pang usapin na makakapanam natin mula rito sa Department of National Defense sa Quezon City, sa Camp Aguinaldo, si Secretary Delfin Lorenzana. Magandang umaga sa inyo, Secretary Lorenzana.
Magandang umaga, Howie.
Mr. Secretary, kamakailan nagkaroon ng tensyon sa pagitan ng Amerika at China dahil sa isang underwater drone na ginagamit pala ng Amerika sa loob ng ating exclusive economic zone. Kayo ba may prior information tungkol dito o nagulat din kayo katulad ng marami?
Wala kami information yan, Howie. Nagulat din kami kasi nung nangyari yan, nung damputin ng China yung kanilang drone, nag-report sila sa ating embassy sa Washington, D.C. At sinasabi niya, this is parang incident report about what happened to the underwater unmanned vehicle. So itong report na to dumating sa akin, pinasa sa akin ng ating embassy. So saka natin nalaman. But before that, mayroon na lumalabas sa dyaryo na kinuha ng China yung kanilang drone. So wala tayong alam doon.
So, sa tingin nyo ba ay dapat may prior notification sa ating pamahalaan kung may gagawing ganong klaseng activity yung Amerika at kung may balak din gawin yung China doon sa ating sa loob ng exclusive economic zone? Kasi napansin din ng iba na sa labas din yun ng 9-dash line ng China kung saan kiniklaim nila lahat ng teritoryo, lahat ng karagatan sa loob. No? Pero itong ating exclusive economic zone ay sa labas din ng kanilang 9-dash line.
Yeah, yung 9-dash line nila kasi, sinasakop nila pati yung ating EAC. Malaki yung EAC na sinasakop ng China sa kanilang 9-dash line. Pero itong yung insidente, nung pinangyarihan ng insidente ng unmanned yung drone na yon, underwater drone, nangyari yata estimated about 85 nautical miles away from Zambales. So labas na yun sa ating territorial waters, which is 12 miles. But it is within our 200 exclusive economic zone. So personally, I think they should inform us if they're doing anything there except innocent passage. Kasi pwede naman silang dumaan eh. Hindi naman sila kailangang magpaalam kung dadaan-daan lang sila dyan at from one point to another, dadaan sa atin. Para bang nakikidaan lang kung sa bakuran mo. Ganun yun eh. Hindi na kailangan magpaalam. Pero kung may ginagawa na silang iba dyan, survey sila, papatakbo ng mga underwater unmanned vehicles to find out anything inside, then they should inform us.
Okay. So dapat magkaroon na ng protocol. Wala bang protocol dati?
Hindi ko alam kung mayroon eh. Titingnan ko kung mayroon protocol. Then we will inform these people na these countries to also inform us. Kasi base sa UNCLOS, mayroon tayong exclusive, kaya nga tinawag na EEZ eh, Exclusive Economic Zone, which belongs to the Philippines. So anything that they do there, except innocent passage, they should let us know.
Okay, nabanggit niyo yung Philippine Embassy sa Washington.
Yes,
Doon nag-communicate yung Amerika tungkol dito sa insidente. Well, coincidentally, nagserbisyo kayo doon sa Philippine Embassy sa Washington.
Yeah.
Matagal.
14 years.
14 years bilang Defense and Foreign Affairs Attaché?
Defense and Veterans Attaché.
Veterans Attaché.
Yes.
No? So, marami kayong kilala doon sa establishment ng Washington? Yung mga military officers nila, yung nasa National Defense Establishment din nila?
Yes, and also members of Congress.
Are you getting a lot of calls now about the direction of our foreign policy? Nagtataka rin pa sila dito sa mga sinasabi ni Pangulong Duterte.
Well, several months ago, nagkaroon ako ng mga bisita rito galing sa Pentagon, sa State Department at kinausap nila ko ano bang nangyayari sa relationship natin. Sabi ko naman sa kanila, our relationship is strong. Hindi naman nagbabago ang ating relationship. Wala namang balak na putulin o itigil ni Presidente yung ating Mutual Defense Treaty. EDCA is still there. The Visiting Forces Agreement is still in effect. Ngayon, mayroon lang siyang mga binabanggit noon na itong mga tropa ninyo doon sa Mindanao umalis dahil baka gantihan sila ng mga Muslim sa ulo. Because lumabas yung kanilang massacre doon sa Budaho. Na pinapakita ni Presidente sa isang forum, international forum sa Laos nung I think that was in September or August. No? So, but I told them that I was able to convince the President na hindi naman nanganganib yung mga sundalo nila dahil nasa kampo eh. compared to what was happening before, about 10 years ago when US troops were embedded sa mga batalyon natin or brigades, they are now consolidated. Lumiit na eh. From a high of 600 troops, 600 Special Forces troops of the United States Army, they are down to about 105. Nandun sila lahat sa Camp Navarro sa Calarian, Zamboanga City. Hindi sila lumalabas. Ako lumalabas man sila, meron sila mga escort. So, I told the President that hindi naman sila nakakali, Mr. President. And these people are combatants naman. Mga sundalo yan eh. Hindi naman sila makikidnap lang at mamamasakir kasi...
They have a way to defend themselves.
They know how to defend themselves. So, sabi ni President, okay, they can stay for a while they're doing. At saka in-explain ko sa kanya, these US troops are providing us vital information, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance because they have assets that they manage. Meron silang P-3 Orion that travels from Guam here regularly, giving us information. They have drones, yung Shadows na nasa Zamboanga, but they operate towards Jolo and Basilan in Central Mindanao. So sabi niya, okay, habang nakakatulong sila sa atin, then they can stay in Mindanao.
Okay, so you've had to kind of assure your US counterparts, no, yung military officials din nila na the relationship is still strong.
Yeah.
So itong sinabi ni Pangulong Duterte na he is intending to separate the Philippines from the US militarily and economically. Sinabi niya
Well, I
kaya
think,
sa China.
yeah.
What did he mean by that?
I think he was taken out of context. Mukhang iniisip niya, I'm trying to read between the lines with what the President said. Parang sinabi niya na hindi na lang kami palagi naka-rely sa inyo o umaasa sa inyo. Tingin naman kami sa iba. Now, he has a reason there. May punto siya doon eh. Napakalapit ng China sa atin. Napakalapit din ng, if you think about Russia, ang pinakamalapit na lugar ng Russia is about 5 or 6 hours away by flight to Vladivostok. Napakalapit yan eh. So, it stands to reason that we should deal with our neighbors first. Ngayon itong China, marami silang gustong ibigay sa atin. Tutulong sila. Tutulong. First, yung rehabilitation center na ginawa dyan sa Port Magsaysay, given by a Chinese philanthropist, a billionaire, no strings attached. Give us. Put up 10,000 bed rehab center. Okay na. Kalahati na gawa. So, pwede nang magtumanggap ng mga drug addicts for rehabilitation. So, at saka, ang trade natin sa China, napakalaki. They buy a lot of our farm products, bananas, pineapples, and all those things. And we also import a lot of consumer goods from them. So, it is just right to be dealing with China more. Yeah. Malayo yung US eh. Oh.
Pero ang sinabi din ni dating Pangulong FER, it's good to increase your friends, no? But is it necessary to alienate your allies or your friends? Yung matagal ng kaibigan tulad ng Amerika.
I agree with the former President Ramos. Si President Duterte, he is not cutting nga. Hindi naman niya sabing alis na kami sa inyo. In fact, I heard him several times that sabi niya that we cannot get away from the United States. They are still the superpower in the world. At saka marami tayong relationship sa kanila. People-to-people relationship is very strong. We have about 3.5 to 4 million Filipinos living there. And there were about 100,000 US citizens living here sa Pilipinas. So, the people-to-people relationship is very strong. We also have big trade with them. So, at saka a lot of our military officers and soldiers went to school in the US. So, yung mindset natin kasi, parang nakaano pa lang sa US. Pero sabi ko nga, reading what the President is saying for the past couple of months, then we should also ipalawakin natin yung ating horizon that we should also deal with these people in our neighborhood.
Yeah, kasi for those of us who have been listening closely to the President, no, puro maanghang yung kanyang salita tungkol sa Amerika. Would you consider America now becoming more of an adversary
No.
rather than an ally? Kasi allies don't usually say that about each other, di ba? And then humihingi pa siya ng apology sa Amerika. He's asked for an apology several times. No?
Well, sa tingin ko naman rhetorics, rhetorics ng President.
Rhetoric lang.
Because although he says that in public, wala naman kami nakukuhang o nakikitang formally na ginagawa sa formal actions to putulin na natin yung ating relationship sa mga United States.
So would you say the rhetoric is different from the actual administration policy?
Yes.
Oh.
But I will add to that. Kasi meron din siyang punto doon eh. Dahil sabi niya, bakit itong Amerika, pag bigyan ka ng, if they give you something, merong kondisyon. So yun ang medyo naiinis siya doon eh. It really, set up his anger niya. Bakit mga taong to? Di ba nila nakikita yung bigat ng problema ko rito with 4 million addicts? This drugs is actually destroying our next generation. And then these people think of nothing but the killing of a few drug lords. So, yun ang kanyang punto. But I understand his feelings about that.
Well, I think the Americans have also brought up not just the killing of drug lords, pero yung 6,000 na namatay na sa drug war. So hindi lang few po yun.
Well, I agree with the president that a lot of those were killed by the drug lords themselves, yung drug syndicates themselves.
Hindi ng police.
Yeah, kasi nung maalala mo, Howie, nung before umupo si presidente, he was elected May, tapos merong more than 1 month na bago siya mag-assume, June 30. Sinasabi na ng mga dyaryo that the pronouncement of the president that he will go after the drug lords. Sabi, na-predict na yan ng dyaryo, ng mga news media that these people will start to cleanse themselves, cleanse their ranks of people who could point to them. So before pa nung umupo siya, may nagpapatayan na eh.
So, and recently, the president has also demanded that Americans start paying for whatever they're allowed to do dito sa Pilipinas.
Well, hindi pa namin napag-usapang dalawa kung ano yung ibig sabihin doon eh.
Ito mga sinasabi niya tungkol sa ating defense, the West Philippine Sea, relationship natin sa China and the United States. Does he consult you first before he makes these pronouncements?
If not me, he consults, tinatanong din niya ako. But he consults the National Security Advisor, si Jun Esperon, and Secretary Yasay. Yun ang mga... Tsaka kasi the chairman of the committee on the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, si Senator Cayetano. Yan ang kanyang mga advisors.
Kasi recently, he also said that tatapusin na raw yung VFA, yung Visiting Forces Agreement. Yung ba'y napag-usapan niyo muna bago niya sinabi yun?
No,
medyo
hindi
matindi yun.
napag-usapan niya.
It's a treaty between two countries at yung
sabi lang
Senado
niya,
pa yung nag-ratify.
Actually, ang sabi lang niya, Howie, is the VFA was executive agreement lang yan eh, with ratification from the Senate.
Senate.
So sabi niya, kung titingnan niya, kung pwedeng putulin. But I think I heard one of the senators said they will oppose the termination of the VFA muna. In the meantime.
Or did he have that confused with the EDCA, maybe? Now, I think he has more
Mukha nga.
more
Because
authority.
but the EDCA, Howie, the EDCA is connected with the VFA.
Yes.
Yung EDCA kasi is to support the VFA. Now, if you examine the EDCA properly, it is actually the provision of temporary facilities sa mga camps natin all over the country. There are 5 camps, EDCA camps, where the Americans can put up their facilities para matirhan ng mga tao nila kung nandito sila.
And so ano ba yung mga joint military exercises na itutuloy at ano po yung ika-cancel?
Yung dalawa yung medyo reduced na ngayon, yung Piblex at saka yung Karat, which is dyan sa may West Philippine Sea. Ang matutuloy na lang ngayon na buong-buo yung balikatan sa Port Magsaysay. And there are a lot of small exercises all over the country. Yung mga maliliit lang, involving several teams of troops from both sides. Sometimes, mga tabletops lang yan. Yung sa ano lang, sa mga classroom lang yan, mga exercises na yan.
So, itong West Philippine Sea, madalas nyo bang pag-usapan? Yun yung Pangulo.
Hindi naman gano'ng kadalas kasi mukhang nakaset na yung isip niya dyan, yung West Philippine Sea. In fact, nung lumabas yung ruling ng tribunal nung July 12, na pagkasunduan ng cabinet sa siya is make it a soft landing. Hindi tayo masyadong agresibo. Huwag natin masyadong ipanggalandakan sa China na ito na yung papilis natin. We have to live. And yun din ang siguro inaasahan ng China kasi medyo nagkalma sila. And what he is trying to pursue now is yung ruling pabor sa atin stays. We will not abrogate that. We will not sit aside. But, sabi niya, yung pag-uusap natin ng sovereignty over those rocks like Scarborough Shoal, huwag natin pag-usapan muna yan kasi sensitive yun sa Chinese. Sa atin, sensitive din. We are not giving up sovereignty. They are not also giving up sovereignty. We have our paper, yung arbitral tribunal. According to them, historically, meron sila. So, what is the solution there? We cannot go there and fight. It's useless to fight over those rocks. Sabi niya, let's put it aside muna. We'll allow our fishermen to fish, the Chinese, the Vietnamese, the Filipinos, and postpone the settlement or the discussion of the jurisdiction to the future generation maybe. 10, 15, 100 years from now.
But some are saying na parang nagkaroon ng momentum in our favor itong arbitral tribunal ruling na parang naputol dahil hindi natin ina-assert yung ating karapatan based on that ruling. And
Pero,
in fact,
marami
parang
nga.
wala, well, of course, they're a bigger military power than the Philippines. So mahirap talagang makipagbakbakan sa kanila. But ito nga yung ating leverage that we can actually use the ruling to rally world opinion and other governments on our side to try to pressure China politically and diplomatically, no, to at least think about what they're claiming there sa South China Sea.
Yan, Huawei, gusto kasi ng ibang country like US, Japan, or all those others, gusto natin na be aggressive in our asserting our rights, ano? But if we do that, then will the Chinese, sabi nga nila, they do not honor the ruling eh. Eh kung punta tayo dun sa kanila, umalis na ka dyan, ayaw nilang umalis. Can we rely on those our allies to help us dislodge the Chinese there? No. Do you think the Americans will come there and fight the Chinese to remove them from the Scarborough? I don't think so.
Pero siguro yung iniisip ng iba is the Duterte administration hasn't even tried to assert our claim. We have not tried to use the ruling as leverage. Parang give up natin kaagad and in fact...
No. We're not giving up, Rawi. Alam mo, every time the President says our claim, our discussion on this West Philippines should not get out of the four corners of this document, yung arbitral ruling. Ibig sabihin, mag-uusap tayo pero ang pag-usapan natin yung nakakalagay dito sa arbitral ruling. We will not get out of this. How could you be more clear than that? Hindi natin binigive up yung ating claim dyan. It's still there. In fact, I believe personally that our claim is superior than the claim of the Chinese. Sabi niya, historical, but according to the arbitral, they have no basis. Yung kanilang Nandas line has no basis at all. Pinag-aralan niya. Ilang taon nilang pinag-aralan yan. Kumuha siya ng maraming mapa, mga old maps. It's not included in their maps, ancient maps before.
So we're not giving up the claim. We're just not being we're just being quiet about it for now. So kumbaga it's kind of it's a dormant claim. Hindi natin ina-assert.
Saka natin pag-usapan. But ang importante ngayon kasi since 2012 hindi na makapunta yung mga fishermen natin doon. Wala na silang hanap buhay, di cannot fish. So naghihirap yung mga ating mga fishermen diyan sa Masinloc, Zambales at saka diyan sa Infanta, Pangasinan. Now that we can go there, they said, okay na yung Pasko namin. So that's one maybe small step, but it's a big step actually into resolving this this issue.
Some observers said, kasama ng ibang mamabatas, na kailangan tayong mag-lodge ng diplomatic protest dahil dito sa drone incident. No? Na may ginagawa daw yung mga Amerikano doon, and at the same time, pumasok din yung China sa ating exclusive economic zone. We've so far been quiet. Are we intending to file any kind of
I'll have
diplomatic
to talk to the
protest?
Secretary of Foreign Affairs kasi sa kanila yun, nasa linya niya yan. I'll talk to him kung kailangan ba. Kung, pag-discuss namin, we'll discuss it with the Secretary Espiron, Secretary Asay, and all others. Pati si Presidente siguro kung kailangan personally, mukhang hindi naman kailangan Hindi naman kailangan. Wala naman tayong, there was no harm done to us. Although, you do not know actually, on the outside, hindi wala namang harm na nangyari sa atin, but maybe in the future, kasi meron sila nakukuhang mga mapping ng ating seabeds. Baka meron tayong meron tayong tulog doon.
Kamakailan, sir, lumabas sa balita yung mga ilang sinabi ni Pangulong Duterte tungkol sa kanyang kalusugan. So it made others even more curious about the state of his health. No? Sa palagay nyo, is the President's health a matter of national security?
It is. But, si Presidente kasi mapalabiro yan Sutil. Sa mga sa atin, sutil ba? Pero he's strong. He's very healthy. I've seen him. I've traveled with him all his travels abroad. Kasama niya ako, except Vietnam. Hindi naman siya, hindi naman siya naghihina. He doesn't need any assistance.
But he's been absent at some key events, like the group photo, and sinabi daw because he wasn't feeling well, and then there are other meetings where he wasn't. And he also admitted very recently to taking fentanyl, which is a very powerful painkiller, which is, some doctors say, it's highly addictive. No?
Ganun ba? Hindi ko alam yun, Howie.
So you haven't noticed that he's been in pain?
Hindi naman. Hindi naman. We've been together for quite some time, pero wala naman ako nakikitang mga nanghihina siya or he's suffering from pain or any other medical issues.
And finally, sir, of course, Christmas time, nakakatanggap yung mga ibang tao ng bonuses. The PNP chief has announced that nabigyan siya and then nabigyan din yung ibang. But very recently, sinabi niya na babawiin daw. No? Pero sa Armed Forces of the Philippines ba, nabiyayaan din ba kayo ng mga ganong kalalaking bonus?
Meron yung Armed Forces kasi at saka yung defense, meron tayong bonus. It is authorized by law, yung 13th-month pay, at saka yung mga other incentives, which is according to what the law says na authorized. And magbibigay din ng increase ng combat pay at saka meal allowance sa Presidente starting this month. So, okay lang yung tropa natin. I think they are happy with the bonus pay. But wala kami yung binibigay nila, yung sinasabi ni General Bato na 400,000 sa mga general. Wala kami noon. Pero binawi naman niya.
That's beyond
binawi naman niya. Wala naman daw. Isang sakong bigas na bibigay. Instead of 400,000, isang sakong bigas na lang. So, mukhang hindi pa totoo yung na yan. Walang basis yung kanya sinabi na bibigyan sila ng Pangulo ng bonus na that month. Kasi pati yung misis ko, tatanong sa akin, saan ba yung bonus? Baka kayo may bonus. Sabi ko, wala pa kami natatanggap. So, hingi ka ba? I will not ask. Kung bibigyan tayo, thank you. If not, then thank you then.
And so, it's time for us to say our thank you to you for your
Thank
time.
you very much, Howie, for coming here.
Sana ay maging maligaya yung inyong Pasko at
kayo din.
yung mga tropa din.
Dinabati ko yung ating mga kasundaluhan all over the country ng maligayang Pasko at masaganang bagong taon. Huwag kayong magpapaputok ng baril sa bagong taon.
Very good message, sir. Thank you very much, Secretary Delfin.
Thank you very much.